is Julia Lipovsky. I am an artist and community educator in Cincinnati, Ohio. I feel like I've always been an artist and have always been really encouraged to be an artist within my family. The art that I make is really just a reflection of who I am. And so it gives me a lot of freedom to explore whatever I want, because as long as it is true to me, it is okay to express in my work. It's undeniable. So I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. And so a lot of the work that I make, I think, is kind of a reflection of growing up in a household with a lot of women. And so I'm really interested in portraiture, and I make ceramic necklaces called cladies or clay ladies. I also like to incorporate some humor into my work. I don't take it too seriously, but that doesn't mean that I'm not serious about it. I went to college for fine art and creative writing. I think in college you spend a lot of time drawing from observation. So like learning how to draw and how to paint. And then at the same time you are exploring maybe what you want your work to look like, what materials you want to use, how you want to make it. But you're really gaining a lot of skills. And then when I graduated, I was like, all right, well, I don't have to draw everything that is in front of me exactly how it looks anymore. And around that time, after I graduated from art school, I started working at a visionary art studio here in Cincinnati called Visionaries and Voices. Being at Visionaries and Voices really gave me a community, and it also gave me specifically a community of artists who taught me so much about art and making that I didn't learn in art school. So these were artists who are self-taught. Working there allowed me to let go of whatever I thought would happen or expected of myself or of the drawing that I'm making or the art that I'm working on. And instead, I just trust that whatever I am making in the time that I'm using to make it is exactly what it should be, and that I don't need to fear like messing up. I feel like now I'm finally seeing like my early training of working from observation, and then this really beautiful, flexible, free time of making work from my imagination kind of come together. And I'm having a lot of fun right now exploring drawing specifically in a way that combines observation and imagination and photographs into something a little more stylized. So cladies are something that I really connect to Visionaries and Voices because that's where I first started making them. So I took some time after work and just wanted to play with clay and kind of get to know it as a material. And I have always loved drawing. Drawing is really like the root of my art practice. And so when I was approaching a new material, what made most sense to me was to just draw onto the clay. And so since I couldn't use a marker or a pen on top of it, I started using a needle tool and carving into the clay. And because I've always drawn people, it made sense for me to start drawing these clay faces. So they look like this, and they have definitely changed a little bit since I've started making them 5 years ago. If you do anything long enough, you get better at it, it evolves. Immediately, I looked at them and I was like, these are clay ladies, they're cladies. I do not shy away from a pun. And so I put a little, you can kind of see it, there's a hole in the top of it that I can thread a piece of cording through and wear it as a necklace, or sometimes I leave that hole out and I will attach hardware to the back to make it a bolo tie, kind of like what cowboys used to wear. But my friend Megan, who I worked with at Visionaries and Voices at the time, told me that she went to a party and she was wearing a clady. And at that party, she was feeling kind of isolated and alone, like just not really like connected to her friends. And in that moment, she just looked down at her clady and kind of held it in her hands, and it gave her a pep talk. And she was able to connect with it, and it was able to find some empowerment from that, and like she was not alone. So that really, when she told me that, I was like, yes, that is what these are supposed to do. These are, beyond being a necklace, it's supposed to be something that makes you feel powerful, make you feel strong, and especially as women and girls, I think it's really important to do whatever you can to make yourself feel empowered and to radiate that.